You're listening to this episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment. It would greatly benefit the show.
Now that it's video, how will you like fake one of these in the future? Will we just have to like on a can? Because we can't drink one every segment. I'm sorry, I'll let you introduce the show.
I just do it black, so there's no noise on the screen. I just do the noise effect, yeah.
Now you know.
Yeah, behind the scenes. Hello and welcome to Movie Beaters with the Farx brothers. I'm Kirk.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Nick.
And we're joined by Kaity Heart. This is an interview segment, so...
I ask you the first question, Kaity.
Yes.
Usually we ask people like what they are, like how they rank their multi-hyphenates, because you're, I would say, a singer, a band leader, a music producer. Are these all fair? A teacher?
Multi-hyphenates.
Yes. How would you rank your multi-hyphenates?
I would say singer is probably first.
Okay.
Then probably, I don't know, I write lyrics and then I do...
A lyricist?
Yeah. And then, I don't know, man, like freelancer. I do a lot of random stuff during my week. I don't know, I play piano a lot. I do a lot of just, I do a lot of random things. Recently, it's been a lot of AV stuff. I video edit sometimes. I don't know.
I have written down questions I'm supposed to ask you, but I'm also supposed to start a timer so we don't go way over.
Oh boy.
What I would usually I'd ask, hey, how did you get into this industry? But I want to preface this with, you've made music videos and you've started a newer band that has its second album coming out. Is that correct to say about?
Yeah. So the first album's out. And of course, like most bands do like album release parties. We didn't, we just forgot. And then, so we've got the second one is releasing singles. And then we were gonna do the album release party in November with that gig coming up at the Uptown VFW, but...
Wait, say into the camera. Uptown VFW.
Uptown VFW, November 13th, Thursday, buddy.
This will be out before then, so...
Yeah, but that's going to be pushed till February of next year, just because vinyl pressing takes forever. And then we will start releasing singles on the third record, probably starting in the early part of next year. So...
The third record's already written?
It's done.
Oh, you already recorded it?
Yes, we're already working on the fourth one.
Could you say the name of the band? And Kirk, could you hold up your koozie as she does so that it's reinforced for everyone?
Oh, yeah. Sunflower Fox and the Chicken Leg.
How would you describe Sunflower Fox and the Chicken Leg?
It's like the unholy love child of the 70s. It's like if Olympia Beer made love to Led Zeppelin, Bad Company, Aerosmith, and Heart all at the same time while like rolling around in like cheese fondue.
On shag carpet, I assume, because of the 70s.
Yeah, so it's like a horrifying amalgam of all those things. In like the best way. And we've got, you know, it was funny because when we started doing this, like it first started just as a writing project, and then we started liking it and liking each other, which is always good. And then our band leader, well, I don't know. There's not really a leader in this one, but...
Aren't you the leader? That's what I tell everyone.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, like...
Suck, Jamie.
Yeah, we kind of all... I mean, there's three of us that kind of do most of the work, but like James reached out to Ron Nevison, who... worked with Led Zeppelin and Rolling Stones and Heart, and we couldn't even believe it when he like answered our email. And then he's like, I'll work with you guys, I love this stuff. So we've been working with him, and I remember saying like, oh yeah, we're just like a dirty rock band that rolls around in like a crusty old van. And he's like, well, now you got a crusty old producer. And we're like, yay. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
And you've made, this is a Upper Midwest filmmaker and debater show. You've made a couple of music videos now.
Yeah.
How did you decide on that?
Well, I mean, part of it is just grabbing the algorithm. I mean, I really hate to say that, and I don't want to do it. Like, I don't want to be a content creator. I don't want to do it. I want to write music.
This is content you're creating with
Yeah, I
us
know.
right now.
And like, I want to write music and I want to perform. And I will say, of all of the content we create, the music videos are the most fun because like, there's actually like, you know, in the case of like Shadow Girl, which is like the first one I ever edited, I had never done editing before that video, and I just learned everything on the fly with that. And I thought out all the shots, and I mean, luckily, nerd talk here, I have a degree in musical theater, and I had to do like directing practicum, I had to do lighting practicum, I had to do all that stuff, so I used some of that stuff to like light it and figure out where all my shots needed to be. And as we've gotten better at it, like now I know what kind of shots I need, and I need like way more of everything, I've realized as I keep going, because I want to like finish it quick, you know, just because I feel like everybody gets bored. But with like Shadow Girl, that actually had a plot, like kinda. And the whole idea was to like kind of film it kind of like Blair Witch. And there was like pull away shots and like a lot of trees and fair maidens in white gowns and things, and then like guys being badasses in the middle of forest and things like that. But that's like the funnest part, I think. And then being able to put it together is kind of neat. And it was funny because as I was editing it, I was like, hey, I can slow this down. Look at this function, you know? And then I remember sending it to you and being like, is this any good? I don't know what I'm doing. And you're like, it's pretty good. And then I remember you telling me I would take that weird filter off of it. And I'm like,
What?
yeah.
Yeah, what filter, Cal?
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
You know, I think, and now knowing better, I would take the filter off. But it's been released for now, like, I don't know, like a year or 2 years. I can't remember. Like, I put like an old-timey filter over like, you know, because it's kind of flashing back and forth between like the band, which is supposed to be on one timeline, and like the maidens on like another timeline, these kind of witchy girls, right?
Singers in the band that I've met before.
Yes, oddly enough. And just my friends that I like coax into just being in things. Yeah, I mean, the most fun was chasing my friends in the woods on a four-wheeler and screaming at them. Like, literally, like, I just, my friend had a four-wheeler, and I just threw myself on the front of it, and I was holding the camera guy, and we were just chasing my friends down with a camera. And I had, like, a flashlight on them, so it just looked terrifying. It was great. And then we just chased him down, and like one of my friends, I was screaming, I was like, okay, fall. Okay, look terrified. And you could see her like kind of starting to laugh because I'm just yelling at her, and the roughs are hilarious.
What, isn't the four-wheeler going very close to these folks when they're like falling and...
No.
Good,
because,
great,
no,
yes.
I gave him a head start.
Okay.
And then I just got off the thing and was chasing him. It was awesome. And then when they didn't know it, I would have some of the guys in the band like yank them off the path. And so you can see them. And it was so freaking dark where we were because our friends are up near, where the hell are they? Like Forest Lakey area or whatever.
That's dark.
Yeah. And so like our band members would just like yank them out of so they just disappear into the dark. And so we had our band members just dress all in black. And I'm like, dude, on like, because it was like a, not an iPhone, nothing like HDR, or like, you know what I mean? And so when they yanked them into the woods, they really looked like they just disappeared. And we did the thing, you know, like the pull away shot or whatever. And we're like, how are we gonna do this? I'm like, I know. And I just had my friend Diana just go like this and scream. And then I just pulled the camera away.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And then I just sped up the shot. And I was like, that looks good enough for a music video, you know? And
did you watch other music videos to get inspired, or you just had this idea?
No, I just had the idea and just,
Okay.
Yeah.
How'd you find the camera guy?
Just a friend.
Cool, all right.
And then our iPhones.
iPhone. So some of
Yep.
that's iPhones and some of that is a camera.
It's mostly iPhone.
Oh.
Mostly iPhone, and then everything else we've been doing has been almost all iPhone. And then I use half CapCut and half DaVinci, depending on what I need it for.
How do you feel about that, Nicholas Farx?
Oh, Da Vinci?
Well,
Yeah, because I
DaVinci
can't speak to CapCut because I've never used CapCut, but
I
I
know
can
you've
speak to
never used
DaVinci. What do you
CapCut.
want to know about what I think about DaVinci?
I would, she's a
It's very
DaVinci user.
capable.
I don't know how to even touch
It's
DaVinci.
what I tell people. It's actually what I tell people who are just getting started, and aren't used to one thing or the other yet. Go DaVinci. Don't pay Adobe $50 fucking dollars a month.
And that's just it. Because when I'm syncing, their sync function is amazing.
Oh.
Because you can, especially doing a music video where everything, we've got music playing the whole time, it syncs multiple camera shots because we've just got the same thing playing, right? I can literally line everything up, press sync, and it syncs everything for me instead of doing it manually, which is a nightmare, and I've had to do that before.
Because you've got the music playing on the onboard.
Yeah, because we
mic.
need it because we're playing along, right?
Oh yeah.
And in some of the scenes, obviously we don't need that, but when the guys or where I'm singing along, we need that blaring basically. And so you literally press. I can't remember what the function is, but you literally press auto sync and it syncs everything immediately.
Okay, it's just looking at the audio.
It's so easy.
The waveform, probably.
Yep, it's so easy. And then you do that, and as far as CapCut goes, it is just stupidly user friendly. And if you're not, I've gone in there and fully color corrected everything. I've got a buddy over in London who's a cinematographer for small videos and things like that. And I'm not going to go nuts, but there's, one of the music videos we did, and we did it at Pachyderm Studios. This is the third one we did. And depending on the light, because we were filming it kind of at the end of the day, some people's skin looked really yellow and some people's skin looked really washed out. So I really had to go in there and reset everything because it looked, Al Berg, our keyboard player, was like, "Oh my God, he looks jaundiced."
Yeah.
It was weird, but CapCut had all the same functions that something that cost a crazy amount of money did. You just have to screw around with it.
Okay.
It was all trial by fire, and now I've done. We've got this buddy who's got a production company. And I've done up a bunch of band EPKs and things like that. Simple things that you don't need a lot of experience doing. I've done some stuff for Red Bull. Nothing crazy, but what do you need when you're doing just quick shots or whatever? So, I'm certainly not a professional, but you can get the job done.
Well, you are a professional because you're a professional band person and you've got a professional music video out there.
I guess, yeah. The one, I think one of ours has 15,000 views. The Shadow Girl's got I don't know, 7. I can't remember where they're all at, but it's cool. It's fun to do. It's fun to storyboard them out and everything, and see how it all comes together and see what we can actually pull off with a budget of $4.37.
Explain the music business to us, the Farx brothers, as somebody who. So you've got we know each other from a cover band. Mm-hmm. You've got this other band.
Yep.
And the other band you can put on Spotify, but I've heard that Spotify isn't the best for not Taylor Swift's.
Yeah. So the music industry is so multifaceted, and there's multiple different ways you can go in it. And if you're going to make a living, and I'm lucky enough to be able to make a living in it, you have to basically branch out to multiple different things. And in order to essentially support yourself in the original land, you need to be able to do the cover stuff and the wedding bands and stuff. And, recently there was a post that went, I wouldn't say viral, but was pretty popular about, there was somebody in a big national band that said, hey, we need to stop shitting on service industry bands. And those are essentially like wedding bands and cover bands and corporate bands and things because, you know, we essentially make kind of that world go round because that's where all the money is. I hate to say that people don't want to hear your original stuff, but they do want to hear Don't Stop Believin'. And Don't Stop Believin', I have sung it I don't know how many damn times, but it pays my bills. It pays your bills.
It's great.
Yeah. I mean, it's great. And it makes people really, really happy. And like to be a part of that is really, really cool. So there's that part of it, right? And then there's the original band thing. So like cover band land has a cap. You can only go so far with it. Like, you know, I think the most I've ever made in a gig in a night is probably $1,000. And like it was a really nice wedding. Like I played the ceremony. It was a great situation, right? So there's that. Then we go over to original band land where 90% of it, you're barely making any money playing the show. You're barely making money on streaming. But the cap is significantly higher. And that's what we're talking about with Taylor Swift, right? So, like, most of us are, like, way at the bottom, right? And, well, I mean, we're finding out right now in Sunflower is that there's, like, zero urgency, right? Everybody's like, it's cool, man. We'll eventually book something. We'll get back to you whenever we feel like it. And we're, like, getting driven nuts because we're so used to this corporate world of contracts going out a year in advance, right? But like, you know, for streaming rights, for example, like every time we get a stream, I think it's like 0.000013 cents per stream. However, you get it enough times, that adds up, you know, and I think every couple months we make like $500, something like that.
Oh, wow, that's pretty good.
Which isn't terrible, but it's not great. And even though like Tidal talks about how like, oh, they're so artist forward, but really it's more like 0.0001%. You know what I mean? Or part of a penny. So instead of being 0.00000, you know what I mean? They're all just taking, everybody wants a piece of you. That's what you learn. So the best way to make money as an original band is to go, oh, see, there's that tap water that I want.
Yes.
So the best way to make money in an original band is merch. Merch is the best way. Live shows is another way. And getting people to see, you know, the streaming is kind of where like people judge kind of like, you know, where you're at in the world. So like our band now is between 20 and 30,000 listeners a month, which is starting to be like a decent following on Spotify. And everybody judges you based on Spotify. They don't look at Apple. They don't look at Deezer. They don't look at any other streaming service. Spotify is the one they look at. I don't know why, but that's just the one they look at. So, and then the other thing is how many followers do you have? Which is very frustrating because, you know, we've seen it before where, and I'm sure you guys see it too, like with like conventions and stuff, you might have X amount of followers, right? And then no one shows up for that person. I've seen it with a bunch of influencers, right?
Oh, sure.
They've got like 30 million followers. They do a convention, no one shows up. Because they're only popular for like 30 seconds, right?
Yeah.
So like, or like 30 seconds of their thing. So I think it's like, I don't really believe that followers equals real live audience members. I think it's like a huge combination of factors. But, you know, understanding your meta ads and understanding your demographic and understanding all those things is like really important. But like,
What's your demographic?
our demographic skews older.
Like people who remember the 70s?
Yeah, but like, you know, you were there at our show. Like
I was going to say, that was pretty packed.
Yeah,
and it was next to Prince's house.
And it was young. Actually, we sold it out that night. It was totally sold out. You couldn't get any more tickets. Yeah, that morning we sold it out. The last 2 tickets were bought by my friends. Yeah, so there's a lot that goes into it, and especially now, it's like people don't want you to just be a band. They want you to have a full business plan. They want you to have, they want you to have all your followers locked down. They want you to have the business plan, the look, the brand. They want everything done, and then they'll pick you up. So it's a little frustrating, It's kind of like that movie we were just talking about. What was it called? The YouTuber movie.
Oh, Shelby Oaks?
Yeah. It, like, that dude had to do everything himself before anyone would even look at it, And I think that's kind of like where we're going. So even though like the gatekeepers are kind of gone now because of social media, it's now just like completely put on us. There's no like help. There's really no A&R anymore. There's no development. There's no like big contracts anymore. There's none of that, which is kind of okay. But at the same time, it's like there's no huge stars like there used to be,
Talk about that live show at 7th Street Entry in Minneapolis. Like, how did you book that? You said it was sold out. What did that take to get there?
So we kind of looked around at like all the different like venues in the area as to like what we thought would be best for our band. And since we're kind of like this 70s like kind of, I don't want to say dirty rock, but like it's
what does that mean, dirty rock? You all take showers.
Yeah, I know. I actually love showers. Just like kind of hard rock, we knew that like we kind of lean a little bit on the punk side, especially like towards the Runaways. That 7th Street, the Turf Club, these kind of bars are probably going to be the best for us, and smaller is better when you're starting, right? Because you want to sell out, not go into a giant ass venue and have, there's 100 people there, but it looks empty. Like you never want to do that, right? So
I've done that.
It sucks. I mean, I've done it too. It totally sucks. So we saw this band coming through town. I knew who they were because they kept popping up. You know how like on Spotify it says you might like these people? Okay, so this particular band was popping up with us all the time.
The algorithm fed this to you?
Yes. And I also knew a couple of them because they were friends with people I knew out of Nashville. Right. Now I didn't physically know these guys. I just knew of them because of friends of mine in Nashville. So we reached out to their management and said, hey, we see you guys coming through town. We're frequently matched up on the algorithms. If you want an opener, here we are. This would be the only show we would promote this summer.
Yeah.
And so, because a big thing is like, especially in original band land, if you play too often, you're playing too much. You're oversaturating your market. So like, if Sunflower Fox was playing every month, no one would come see us because it's too much. It's the same. It's the same show, really, because we're still promoting that first album, right?
Got it.
So really, you really only want to play like on the quarter or every 6 months because then it's special. Like then it's like, oh my God, we have to see them or otherwise we're gonna miss it. Right. So, they contacted us maybe like it was only a month out. It was very, very little time. And we're like, yeah, sure. And so we got it. And then we basically, again, knowing that demographic, knowing all those things, we put an ad up on Meta that would target that group of people. With our band and their band. And then I'm not joking, I'm a big fan of like grassroots marketing. And I personally called and texted anybody who I thought would be into it and was like, I know I did to you.
You did text me.
And,
I was already planning on going.
Yeah, but
yes.
like it was just like a personal like, hey, I think that you would like this show. I think you should come.
I felt guilted at that point, and
see, it works.
And that's why I told my wife we can't. Right? We have to go.
Well, we have to go now. Yeah, right. So
I'll see them at work otherwise.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna feel bad. But it was and because of that, it sold out. And the guys in the other band were like, we have never seen a sold out show yet. And that was their tour.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt bad because, did you stay for the second band?
I saw a lot of it.
They
Max specifically came by and flicked my tit, but
All right.
bass player.
After we were done, it was like it cleared, and I kind of felt bad. You know,
They were there for you. I mean,
it felt good that there, you know, and there was that big line outside the door, which was really great.
yeah.
I mean, there was a huge line outside the door, which was like, oh my God, that was crazy. And then when I got on stage, that scream from you guys was unreal. I had never heard anything like that before. Then, of course, like singing your own lyrics and everybody singing along, that was like, yeah, like I would trade every show I've ever played somebody's covers in front of like 10,000 people for that group of 200 people.
That was 200 people.
That was 200 people. It sells out at 200 at that particular venue.
All right.
Yep.
10,000. Was that like a fair?
Yeah, I've done a couple at that level, and it's like, you know, they're screaming for you, but it's like, you know, they're
Covers.
also screaming for the fact that you're singing Sweet Child of Mine, and they like Guns N' Roses. You know what I mean? So it's like, they are yelling for you, but are they? You know what I mean?
We've played for 200 people at a wedding before, and they're screaming. Sorry, I've got the image of the bride on Friday
I know.
kneeling down and getting it. What song were you singing when she got on her knees?
Well, she was on her knees during I Will Survive.
That's
and
what it was.
Yeah, they were like doing their interpretive dancing.
Yes.
And then when they picked her up and she did the crowd surfing, the whole band was like, oh my God, put her down, put her down. And like, oh, you were gone.
I left, yes.
Oh my God. Things got out of control.
I showed
after
the
you left.
Instagram to the festival director
Yeah.
the next day when I was like, yeah, I was at a show last night. This is what the groom looked like.
Yeah, the backflip was the
was
drunken
impressive.
backflip was pretty damn impressive.
Oh, they landed that drunk?
Dude was wasted and landed a backflip. It was
This was the
impressive.
groom?
Yep.
At a wedding we were at on Friday.
Yeah.
At a fancy place.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Me and Kyle are like, oh my God. Like, oh yeah, weddings hands down are the craziest shows you'll ever play. Hands down. I've seen everything. I have seen everything.
I haven't seen Donk yet. I mean, wait, no, that's not true. I
Wait.
have seen Donk.
Yeah. Wait,
'Cause-
were you at the Butthole wedding?
Butthole. All right.
Butthole wedding.
Nope, you would remember that. That happened this summer. 600
Oh.
people at that farm.
I heard about that. I was
Yeah.
on a different wedding that night.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Tell the story.
Dude, oh my God. This was
Butthole wedding.
Those are the
what
two
we're calling
names.
it.
It's marriage of the groom's butt and the.
dude, it was something
The
else.
cheeks may kiss.
It was so freaking ridiculous. It was so anytime you do like a private party on like their own property, like you always know it's gonna be like a total shit show.
Uh-huh.
And I will give it to the bride. She was so sweet. And when she saw things just going south, she stopped drinking completely. She's like, someone has to be sober. And it was 600 people on this farm. And you know those big like plastic trough things? They had like 7 of those just filled with beer.
Yeah.
A full open bar. And at 10 o'clock at night, they had another truck come in with more alcohol.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And it was one of those days where it was like 100 degrees.
Yeah.
And no one was drinking water, of course. No one. I mean, I don't know how many times I got on the mic and was like, guys, you need to drink water, you're gonna die. And like, no one was. And so how it started was, and this was one of our new singers' first weddings, Kylie, sweet little Kylie.
I don't know if I met Kylie.
And our fiddle player Nick, our new fiddle player Nick, it was one of his first weddings, and with us anyway, like he's done
Sure.
a million weddings.
Yeah.
And first of all, also, I swear to God, it's like our set list that just whip people up. It's like we have like every like white person turnt
Yeah.
set list, and then they just get all excited. Anyway, so like we're playing Man, I Feel Like a Woman, and Nick, our fiddle player, jumps down to like fiddle for the groom, and like all the dudes had already like ripped their shirts off, which always happens at a wedding. I don't know why. They rip each other's shirts off.
If it's a Johnny wedding, they pull their pants
They
down.
sure did. Yeah. Okay, so they rip their shirts off, and then the groom starts taking off his pants. I'm like,
Oh, all right.
wow, this is early for that, because normally they drop their pants during Piano Man.
Yeah.
Then we see him start dropping his underwear, and I'm like, oh my God. And like the band just starts being like, then he bends over and cheeks and is like moving his butt around, and the whole band's trying to hold it together. And our fiddle player jumps back up on the stage, is like, nope. And like, we're trying to finish, man. I feel like a woman. I have never seen so much butthole in my whole life.
Was
Why
he
was he-
bleached?
why
Was he
was
at
he
least
opening-
bleached?
Oh my God.
Bleach for the special night.
It was so, and then the bride.
Bleached?
Bleached butthole.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did,
people
you
do
bleach
that.
your butthole.
Did it
I
light
know
up the?
people can and do, but did he?
No.
Oh.
It was very dark. And the band, we had to take a second, and I just got like, I was like, could everyone please keep their clothes on, please, God. And the bride just looks at me, she's like, I'm really sorry, he just likes taking his clothes off when he gets drunk. I was like, so this is like a regular occurrence? She's like, yeah.
That's why we're on our
And I'm
property.
like, and she was like, it's not like sexual or anything. He just likes being naked. I'm like, huh. It's like, fair enough. Tell him to keep at least his balls in place. Thanks. Like, it was just like, what? Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, I've got so many funny pictures from that. I'll have to show you guys because they're hilarious. Absolutely hysterical.
Does it include the butthole?
Yeah, that's
doesn't
important.
include the
Oh, does it?
No.
No.
You just want to see the butthole.
Well, now.
It's like Dune for you or something.
Yeah.
It's like what?
Oh, like the popcorn bucket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
So clearly we know each other because I wedding DJ with
Yeah.
Shirts and Skins.
Yeah.
I will throw,
You're my number one call, buddy.
aren't I the only call at this point? No, there's
No.
other wedding DJs.
You're just the one that I usually request if I can have it.
I appreciate that.
Because
after
me and
all
you
these-
have just been through so many traumatic experiences at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I do enjoy when we're at a normal wedding or like a wedding that's not going completely off the rails or like people aren't mad or.
How often does that happen at
Well,
a normal
there's
wedding?
There's a range.
I don't know. Like, I just feel like there's like some part of me that's like, is it me? Like, or is it, or I think it's Jamie puts me on stuff that he or you that we can handle.
Sure.
And like those tend to be tougher situations. And then we ended up on that horrifying child carnival wedding, and we just had
Gotta
to.
be careful
and we
describing
just,
that.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah. Okay. It wasn't.
It was a scary wedding.
It was terrifying.
They had too many things going on.
And
You
we
know,
had
if
to
there's
just
too many things, not a good
endure
idea.
it, and we keep running into the vendors, and we all just like grab each other like we had just like been through the Vietnam War, and like we just like hold hands and like 1,000-yard stare at each other, and we're like, we have survived, because that wedding was that insane.
We mainly scare the other vendors with it, which is fun because I was on one
Oh
with
yeah,
the
that's my
ex-Tina.
favorite thing. Yeah, yeah, that's my favorite thing. Like when we talk to other vendors about this horrifying wedding, and they're like, "What? How?" And we're like, "I don't know. This chick showed up with a U-Haul, a full, like not like a small U-Haul for like a cute apartment, like a full-on like big semi U-Haul full of decor."
Was it next to the band's U-Haul with like the band's equipment in it?
No. We saw it parked on the street, and it had like multiple living room sets and like the entirety of the Michael's craft store stock, and there was so much stuff everywhere. Like you couldn't even put your phone on the table because there was so much junk on the table scape, and they had everything. They had a face painter, a clown, Why was there a clown at a wedding? I don't know.
We were kind of the clowns at some point.
There was a cigar bar. There was a dog bone bar. I don't know why. There was
Petting the dogs.
I guess. And there was like a weird photo booth with like a million costumes. There was like a kid's table full of toys. There was everything.
There was a person doing like sketches of people for a while.
There was that. Oh, caricature artist.
Yeah.
There was
The Carnival of Weddings.
It was a creepy kids carnival. That's what the photographer described it. And when we met the photographer and the 2 day of coordinators, they were already like 3 gins deep. And I was like, oh my God. And they're like, this is how we're going to get through this today. I'm like, oh my God, what are we walking into? What are we walking into? Oh, and that was the wedding. That was the wedding, Kyle, where there was those like gross, creepy groomsmen, and the one guy was like, and I was like, I had just changed into like my like dress for the show.
Sure.
And I came in and like Andy was running ceremony and I was like hanging out and like just like getting stuff together. And the one groomsman was like, damn, girl. And he had a yo-yo and he was like,
and I was there?
I don't think you would come. Well, you might have just come there. Okay. And he was like, damn, girl, you're looking hot. And I'm like.
Did that do it for you, the yo-yo?
Yo-yo?
I was like, really? I just wanted to be like, are you trying to like hit on me with a fucking yo-yo, you yuts? Like, are you, like, what? Like the whole thing. The whole wedding was like such a ridiculous nightmare. And then the bride and groom took off immediately after dinner with their entire wedding party, along with 400 other guests.
It was weird.
To where?
They left.
Back to
The
the
adults
hotel?
could dance.
They left.
It was very odd.
Yep. Then Kyle had to do a 90-minute set.
I did.
The band just sat there.
There was a reason that we won't go into that somebody
Legal
wanted
reasons?
to hear just what I could play for them.
It was unreal.
And
Yeah.
They didn't want live music?
It was-
They made it like a conscious decision. We don't want live. They
I
said
am-
that?
And it was the person that paid, so we're like, all right,
Hang out, yeah.
okay.
He who holds the gold makes the choices.
Sure. I mean,
So the band just sat there and ate snacks, and
Snacks are good.
it
Food is
was
good.
bizarre. Yeah.
There's been more complex weddings from my end,
Yeah.
but this is one that will stand the test of time.
Oh, yeah. And then said person was starting fights with random family members. Just starting fights.
There's just an open bar
Yeah.
rule that if there's an open bar, it's either because people hate each other or
Yeah.
love each other too much.
Yeah.
And you hope it's they love each other too much and keep their clothes on.
Yeah, you hope. Normally we're crossing our fingers that there isn't an open bar, because normally, like at least a full open bar. We love like a soft hosted where it's like just beer, wine, soda. That's normally good. Normally that's gonna be a good night. But if it's a full open bar, it's it's gonna be bad. Like we're just like bracing ourselves for pure malarkey.
Will we make it through set 3 is really the question.
Yeah.
Set 3? What's
The
set 3?
third set. Usually the band plays
what's
3 sets.
the craziest that whole thing sound like that's its own thing because everyone was nuts. It sounds like, but like, what's the craziest thing that you could directly attribute to a full open bar? Like, oh, that's happening because we had a full open bar.
Oh, I mean.
Father the bride punching me in the stomach once.
Punch
You
you?
weren't there for that.
Oh yeah.
Wait, were you? You might have been.
The bride punched me in the face on one of them.
What?
Accidentally.
Was I there?
Yeah, it was. She was super wasted, and she had grabbed my mic for "Don't Stop Believin'," and she kind of swung around and
Jeez.
hit me in the face. It was right before I was going to a awards show in Nashville because I had been nominated for Rock Singer of the Year, and I was like, great. And I had this. It's like, really? And yeah, she punched me in the face. Totally accidental. And I was like, you've got to be freaking kidding me. What else?
If you're gonna get away with it, it's best to be a bride at your own wedding.
Yeah, most of the time it's just like fights, people throwing up, like people falling, clothes. A lot of girls, like their tops just
I have seen breast at
a
weddings.
lot of them.
Have seen dunk, have seen breast.
Yep.
Now that I think about it. Actually, seen it all.
Yep.
Gosh darn. Anyways.
Sometimes I have to just like get on the mic and I'm like, girls, I need everyone to just go like this. And because you're just like, just no awareness. None at all.
It's not the worst workplace to be in.
I mean, it's
from my
not, yeah.
perspective.
I mean, it could be worse, but you know, you're just like, how? Because a lot of times it's people that don't normally drink get wasted, and you're like, oh my god.
Learn how
So many times to drink, yeah.
Yeah.
We always ask our guests, who should we ask to be on the podcast?
Someone that may be an upper Midwest entertainer who would come and talk to us about a movie.
Okay, no. I'm thinking of a different person.
Got it.
He's moved to Las Vegas though.
That hurts.
But he
'cause-
comes here a lot.
Okay.
And he now is he's on the
She's gonna
Adam
show
Carolla
us
show.
the
You
name,
probably
too,
know
so
him.
get
He's
ready,
friends
sir,
with
or
David.
ma'am.
Rudy Pavich.
Oh, Rudy Pavich used to do
and
Z-Fest, so
he
yeah,
used to
this is a
do-
good excuse to ask.
Yeah.
Because you
Dude,
went to
you
a show
should-
at the mall, didn't you?
Yeah, we talk to him all the time. Yeah, I
love that guy.
He's a great dude and he's funny as hell.
I remember when he announced at Z-Fest Awards that he was going to go full-time in entertainment, and then he
Yeah.
did stand-up a lot more.
Yeah, he's so fun. But yeah, like his daughter's back here and you know, he comes here a lot. So yeah, you should have him here.
I'm Facebook friends with him, so this will make
Yeah.
it very easy to ask.
Yeah, he's
well,
great.
cool.
Yeah.
And everyone will
Rudy.
have loved the debate.
Everyone loved the debate because it already happened.
Yeah, it already
Yeah.
happened.
Catch you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening. For more JK Productions, find us on Instagram at JK Productions Team and on Facebook, JK Productions MN. Join us next time for another debate.